God divine, not divine expansion. Yes, our theme for the year is God divine expansion, but we are speaking now as we segment it closer. When we speak about divine expansion, we are on episode 2, chapter 2, number 2. Delay as a process of expansion. Let's go to Exodus chapter 13, verses 17 and actually 18. We read. Can we read together? 1, 2, 3. When Pharaoh let the people go, God did not lead them on the road through the Philistine country. Through that was shorter. For God said, if they face war, they must change their minds and return back. Give me the other one. 18. So, God led the people around the desert. The Israelites went out of Egypt ready for battle. Let's go back to 17. It's a very interesting contrasting verse, because in verses 18 it ends by saying the Israelites were what? Were ready for battle. Come on, church, we're ready for battle. Ngcobo says, I am ready for battle according to the analysis of my own understanding, according to what I think I have prepared, according to what I think I know. Therefore, I say I am ready. But the Lord's being gracious forces Pharaoh to finally let the children of Israel out of the bondage, out of slavery, out of hardship. But the Lord does something so profound that because even if where when you think, listen to this, where when you think you are ready, you are prepared. But until God has established you, has put you into the foundation that you are able to trust and believe in Him, that even in this 100 rand or in this 1,000 rand that I have, or in this 5,000 rand that I have, I trust God. Now, I am saying this when we think we are ready. When God says, trust in me, you say you are ready for battle, but I can feel that you are still afraid of the Philistine. You need to let go of your fear. You cannot be ready because you have arms. The ammunition is not the determination that you are ready for battle, but the strength of your psychology, your tactic, your plans, your readiness, your emotional. That is why the New Zealand team, they intimidate other players. They do their war song, to intimidate, to show that we are ready. Even if when it comes to Mapokopoko, we beat them. They can do the war song and do whatever and rush and do that. See and we do nothing. We get to the field and we beat them. But God says, I see. Because uNkulunkulu thina masiqala yena sekaqedile, leading us into certain areas of our life. Sometimes you are asking yourself, but Lord, why is this thing taking longer to me? Why is it taking longer that I am not able to have kids? Why is it taking longer that I'm not getting job? Why is it taking longer, oh Lord, that I am finding myself in this challenge? This labor relation case has been dragging and dragging and dragging and dragging me. It has taken a toll on me. Lord, I find myself that these family challenges, they are so much and so many for me. Lord, I can no longer take them. uNkulunkulu is taking you through a journey of endurance. A shortcut is an easy arrival, but it's always not safe. Miss Call. A shortcut is a quick arrival, but not a safer trip. Um, one of my friends in the Eastern Cape, they were traveling to one town to the other. Then somebody said, no, dlulani la. Ishota la, nizophumela le. Bahamba ngaleyo ndlela. Boom, you cannot cross because it's mountainous. Now they've traveled 4 hours, now they had to go back. And petrol, dololo. You have to phone people to an area that even is unlocatable to come and bring in petrol. Always shortcuts are an easy way out for your arrival, but you are unable to test and see the work of God. Usheshe wafika masishane. Therefore, listen to this. The Lord says, Usheshe wafika masishane, but awuna testimony because they've never been tested. But those who have endured, those who have seen that, but Lord, why are you taking us? This route is shorter, it's safer. For God to develop you, to strengthen you, to ensure that you have a greater tenacity, you are able to focus. Kunezinto okumele udlule kuzo okungezakho, akuzona ezesonto. Akuzona ezikamfundisi. They are yours. Therefore, God knew that through the Philistine country, what is known by the Philistine, akabafakanga through the land of the Philistine. Whilst when they say they are ready, because he knew that the Philistine were a nation that is associated with a strong army. One was a nation which was always being used by God to bring to order the children of Israel when they've sinned. Was a nation that had a strong army. They was a nation that had tactic. They could conquer any battle. Was a nation that had giants. Where did Goliath come from? He was a Philistine. He was a Philistine. And the nation that was vicious was a nation that will do everything to can be able to destroy you. That's why you had the Delilahs there. God says, I'm not going to allow you to go through here because you are not ready to see the Delilahs. They're going to destroy you. You will lose focus. You will not reach the destination that you are supposed to reach. Therefore, uNkulunkulu mawuzithola usezimweni that they look longer. What you need to do is to seek God. Lord, where are you? What are you saying? Speak to me. The Philistines, they say they were a nation who were uncompromising, who were ruthless fighters. God knew, I have taken you out of slavery. I have taken you out of bondage. I have placed you now that you are free. If I allow you to go through the passage where you will see the Philistine, therefore, angeke nisafika in the destination that I have set for you. Sometimes when we are going through certain areas of our life, we should say, Lord, it is you. A relay is run by 4 people. And everyone who runs a relay must be able to complete. The only time you complete or you start a relay with a baton. You cannot start a relay without a baton. There is something that you are carrying. uNkulunkulu makakwisa kwi-victory. There is something that is heavy that you either are uncomfortable, but God says, carry this, be able to endure, because the word says, as we move on in the book of, where is Romans chapter, give me Romans chapter, oh Lord, let's go quickly, give me Romans 5. 3 to 5. Then it says, but that not all we also brag when we are suffering. we know that suffering creates endurance. Oh Lord. 4, endurance creates character, and the character creates confidence. We are not ashamed to have this confidence because God's love has been poured into our hearts by the Holy Spirit who has been given unto us. The problem is that in us being expanded, we are clueless, or we are not knowing that we are already having the Holy Spirit that has been credited to us. Holy Spirit ngibeke ngesizulu ukuwe mntana sekhaya, moya ohalalelang is already in you. The word says who has been given to us. Ufilwe fela smata. The Holy Spirit is in you. Therefore, the heaviness that you are experiencing into your life, it is yours so that you may be able to enjoy. Now, when God says, I am prolonging your shortcut, I am taking you through a longer route, I am giving you this. Therefore, a runner always is able to run because you are having the pattern. Awuthi mawusothole ipattern uhlale ku-Onomax. Show me the picture of your Onomax there. Show me the picture of Onomax there. Abanye bethu inkinga is that from God, when things were not working well, 5 years, 10 years, you are still staying here. Usase on your marks, but on your marks, you go on your marks. But get set, 2 years down the line, you are on your marks. But ready, you are on your marks. But go, you are still on your marks. Abanye bethu, we are not moving. We are still staying, complaining about the very same thing, not moving, not allowing God to can be able to take us much more higher. Sihleli, uhleleleni in your pain, uhleleleni in the area that you know that is not working. But once you know that I am a child of God, heavy as it is, challenging as it is, I am running my race. Come, my daughter, listen. I am running my race. This race is mine. Therefore, when the race is mine, every runner must run according to the measure of meters they have. Therefore, the 4 runners, they represent a season into your life. You need season to be expanded into your life. There's a season that you are not comfortable with. There's a season that you are so happy. There's no wind, there's no rain, there's nothing. It's just the sun that comes. Then there's a season where you just have fruits. You are enjoying yourself. But every season is for you. Hand over the pattern. Give me the different types of pattern there. There's a pattern for the deal. There's a one that says, this is your deal. This is your deal. This is yours. We can pray for you, but it's yours to run with your deal because it has been given unto you. The problem is we want other people to carry our burden. Kanti umfundisi yena akaboni ukuthi I am going through stuff. Why they are not seeing that all these things he's asking for money for us to give, but akaboni that I am going through a process that I haven't met even my own financial requirement. I saw something, this guy, in fact, before that one, Mamlocho, you were there, I think, when we were somewhere for the couples session, somewhere there. This guy, who was the organizer of the event, says during COVID, he lost 22 million. Come on, church. He lost how much? Not 22 cents. 22 million. Nyayibona building yethu baba Mlocho. 22 million. Yeah. Nyayibona, we bought the land, we put our structure, we have our full building, we have our full screen instrument, we have each and every worship team member, they have their own cordless mic. Jesus, everything is covered. But he says, even if I lost it, I didn't lose my mind. The problem is silahlekelwa izinto zasemhlabeni bese sisuka kuloku uNkulunkulu asinikeze zona. The Lord says, renew your mind, steadfast, for I am God who is faithful. For with me nothing is impossible. When you trust in me, money is nothing. Money is worthless. I'm going to be able to make you increase, because imali ngahamba. But if you have not lost your mind, you have the capacity to think again. You have the grace to can be able to have those new ideas. You have the power to can be able to do what you did even in a greater way, greater power. The season that you are in is not meant to destroy you. It is your deal. It is your deal. It is meant to expand you. It is meant to increase you. Inkinga yethu nami futhi is that we want God to grow us, but we say move problems, move challenges, move situation. Nkosi, mina I just want a life where I just wake up, then I say senkezile. I just want a life where I say ukudla sekuyazela. I just want a life where imoto seyipakile la. I just want a life where everything happen. Angeke yenzakale kanjalo. If success was a medication, if breakthrough was a pill that is prescribed in the pharmacy, it would have been an over-prescribed medication. There will always be queue 24/7. Because people are queuing for the medication of success. Ngoba uyayithatha nje, suddenly you boom, we are succeed. There is no medication of success except being used, being led, being guided by God. Vumela uNkulunkulu akulead into the direction. For even if the road is shorter, but God has greater plans. God has greater analysis that you are not ready. For you to go through shortcuts. Mabati now umsebenzi. Nayi ibusiness. Faka okuncane, uyifake okuncane okuyilast yakho. Ulahlekelwe yiko uze uboshwe nawe ngoba ucontribute with corruption. Abanye bethu ngabe samba ngamalamogini. Position la enkhona ngabe sengilakhile isonto without the assistance of any person, but ngilakha under which foundation? Ngihamba ngeBentley under which credibility? All of those things that have been stuck. We see the news are now coming. Sad enough that one of my former colleagues, as much they say is a smaller fry in this digital vibe thing, she pocketed over 160,000. She's been sentenced for 5 years on Friday. Colleague, we're working together. 160,000. Now she is sentenced for 5 years. Finish. Blah. People can comment and say she's a smaller fry. There's whatever 200 million. Why they're not going there? But whether you are a small fry, but why did Ngcobo take it? Why did you take it? Imagine if umfundisi wenu, you could come to church on Friday he was sentenced to 5 years. Sometimes those monies, those big stack envelope, they are a shortcut. They are worthwhile. They are beautiful, but they are not worth where God is taking you, because they will destroy you. They will kill you. Kubalulekile ukuthi ngime la ngikhulume and pour out my heart and say, masinikeleni bazalwane, let us give, so that each and every one of us, when we have our sanctuary, will say, hey, I remember the day umfundisi as reprimanda. From that day, I started to give. You become a testimony and say, I was part of the church, of the ministry, when nothing was there. Now that we have a monstrosity, I have a comfortable chair, I have everything. We have a saloon, and part of my vision is that we have a saloon, we have a tailor. Ukuthi malidabukile iphula madonnoka kanjani imali yami nayo yadabuka kanjani, siyayistitcha khona la, siyayisenzani bazalwane, siyayistitcha khona la. Awujiki uye ekhaya and say, oh, my dress or my what, uyangena kwi-tailor esesontweni we stitch. Awujiki ubuyele ekhaya and say, inywele zami ngoba isaluni ikhona esontweni. I'm not sure whether people are feeling me, that you are seeing me with me, that awujiki uthi yo, it's a bad headache. Uthi noma ulate uthi, but I know that ngizofika enkonzweni kune salon for the first 20 minutes ngizawungena esolini yasesontweni kunama-screen, ngizawubukela ngisesontweni. When they're done with my hair, ngizongena ngibuyele esitulweni sami. I am a church. I am where? I am a church. Now, when you are handed over what is yours, eyakho mntana sekhaya, yakabani eyakho, that one, it is yours. That deal is yours. But the fourth season, give me the other pattern of help. When you have moved from your audio mark, wasuga into your problems, you no longer speaking like saying uthi izinto mangabe azihambi kahle. You know when life throws you away, when you receive negative medical report, when there is a stagnation, no promotion, no salary increase for over years, when suddenly the business is not doing well, when there are family issues, parents, siblings, rivalry, wife, husband, fights, when you have been schemed of big monies. Arnold Schwarzenegger once said, start wide, expand further, and never look back. And never do what? And never look back. In the season, fourth season, the forerunners, kuzofika is season, yokugcina. And the power and the grace about the season, because the season are controlled by God. They are taken by God. He's the one who determines when to change it. Even through the python, ranam, the python, awithathi. It's not like the soccer ball where ungalithatha after the World Cup uthi ngihamba nayo ekhaya. Awithathi, iya kwi-empire. Iya kwi-empire. It goes to the empire because the empire must be able to take it and collect it. It belongs to the organization that is running the tournament. Iya ku-empire. U-empire masugijimile wayenza zonke izinto, uya kuwe uthi nginike. God mntana sekhaya is there to take on. Give it to God, but you cannot give to God usase on your own mark. You know, you give it to God because ubene opportunity. Mawuhlangabezana nazo lezinto lezi, but you on your mark, but in the zeal, but you on your mark, but retrench, but you still are focused. You are determined. You know God where you are taking me to. You are on your mark, but get set, uba ready. But you ready, uba ready. But you go. We are suga, no matter how heavy it is. Show me the picture where people are carrying heavy stuff. We are suga. You have moved, you run with your heaviness. But ihamba mntana sekhaya, for the empire, which is God, who knows all your troubles, who knows all your issues, who knows all those situations. One of my favorite scriptures that we find, give it to me. Isaiah 41 verses Isaiah 41 verses 10. No, there's 10 and 13. For I am the Lord your God, who takes hold of your right hand. When you say, on your marks, God is with you. When you say it's ready, God is with you. You are still having your heaviness. Then it says, you're having your right hand. Then God says, do not fear. Carry your burden, because it is there to improve your character, to change you, so that you may be able to testify and say, look where I am. I was not here 2 years back. I was not here 3 years back. I have lost 22 million. But look at God now. I am flourishing. I am increasing. I give bursaries now that are worth. Let me tell you, church, it is important that you allow God to take over. For God says, I am here to do what? I am here to do what? To help you. uNkulunkulu ngokwakhe uthi, I am here to help you. Give me the baton of help. Then we close. If uNkulunkulu says, ngilapha ukuzokusiza, where do you need greater help and assistance? Why uya endaweni la kungana help khona? Why uthatha imali zakho that is supposed to be your tithe makuthiwe kune revival bathi pleasure uya pleasure unikeza ngemoto unikeza ngendlu unikeza ngakho konke? Every time when you seek help into man will not give you help, but help comes from the Lord. The Lord will help you. The Lord will help you. Listen to what the word says. Jesus. Listen to what the word says. Romans 2:5 says, through him also we have our access, entrance in introduction by faith into his grace. By faith, I am standing in my tears. I am running my race in my pain with my scars. For I know that faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things that are not seen. But I trust as I walk with you, God, and state, then I like this one, it's a state of God's favor. Oh Lord, in which we firmly and safely stand. Jesus, where are we standing? We are standing firmly in the faith of God, that regardless of the situation that I find myself in, after 10 years, I cannot blame my exes or my ex to say, if one shot, ngabe my life has improved. If azange angshiye, ngabe my life has improved. If awusebenzi, but I am standing in the grace of God, knowing that with God I shall be able to triumph, knowing that with God I shall be able to succeed. Mtanami uzogijima. Stay there, stand. Let us, oh Lord, give it to me. Psalms 5:2. It says, and let us rejoice and exalt in what? In our hope, that in the heaviness, in the trouble, I know that help is on my way. Help is coming for me. Help already, uNkulunkulu has already given unto me. My responsibility is to trust, is to walk in faith and stay in hope. It says here, stand in what? In our hope of experiencing and enjoying the glory of God. Of enjoying what? The glory of God. We have to enjoy the glory of God. Whilst Luke 11:10 says, every persistent person will receive what he has asked for. Every persistent seeker will discover what he needs. Everyone who knocks persistently will one day find a door open. What is persistent is tenacious, is persevering, is being determined, is being resolute, is being tireless, is being purposeful, is being single-minded, is being diligent, is being untiring, unwavering, insistent, relentless. But I like the one that I said, stubborn. Is to be stubborn. No matter the heaviness, I am running because I know that the empire at the end of the race, the empire does not come to hug and celebrate me that you have won. That's the good thing about it. Or I don't know how you take it. When you have passed your race, God does not come and say, come and hug me. The empire say, hand me over my baton, because it does not belong to you, Ayami. When Osunga Hamba or your celebrator. And also they say in the laws, the protocol of the relay, even if your baton can drop, you can only continue after you have picked it up. There's two rules. They say, if it falls in the lane that you are in, both of you, any of the two can pick it up. But it falls on the other lane. It says, don't disturb the other runner. Let him pass or let her pass. Then the one who dropped it, Jesus, it says the one who dropped it, the one who dropped the baton must be the one who picks it up. Ayithi lo okumele I receive. That is why the one who's receiving it akabhekanga emuva noma ungayiwisa kanandaba umele wena uthi umnike, for help is on the way. Lo oyiwisile ngoba ideal eyakhe kuwe mntana sekhaya that you have to stand and pick up and brush up yourself and let everybody pass. Lithi I protocol, don't disturb the other runners, because when you disturb them and they are delayed, they will disqualify you. Bayeke badlule and pick up. Ngoba ungene espacing sabo, don't disturb them. Pick up what is yours and give it to your runner and let them run, for help is ready, available, on the way. Be a stubborn child of God. Be a stubborn child of God, for knowing that you shall receive what you have asked for. In John chapter 4 verses 4, you are from God, you little children, and you have overcome them, because greater is the one who is in you than the one who is in the world. The Message version says, you have already won big victories. Won big victories. The AMP says, you have already defeated and overcome them. Be the overcomer, mntana sekhaya. Be the overcomer. Now let's close. Now, abanye bethu, we are still holding to these issues. That is why we're not growing. Angeke ukhule, you shall not grow with something that is oppressing you. Hate, unforgiveness, pride, unwillingness to be corrected. You shall not be able to grow until you let go of them. Ngoba kusizona ezakho. Hand over to who? The empire as we stand. Hand over to who? To God. May I see the church that says, Lord, I am ready this day. I am ready this time. That as from this day, I'm going to hand over all my challenges to you, all my heaviness unto you. For you, Lord, even if you made us to take a longer route, you had a plan. For at night you provided the pillar of light, for you protected and covered us. At the end, we received the grace of the promised land. Was far, Jehovah, even if it was longer, but we were not distracted. Shortcut might destroy you. Shortcut might be there as an easy access, but yekela uNkulunkulu aqale ngerace yakho. Bayeke basheshe bafike, bayeke basheshe ba-attain what they want, but God has greater grace stored for you. At the end of the race, you have what? I have overcome. I have become victorious. But akupheleli lapho. Hand over to God. Hand over to God. For He is the Lord who shall be able to establish you. For He is the Lord that will be able to separate you. So thank you, Ken. For He is the Lord, He is the Lord that will place you higher than where you're supposed to be. He's the Lord whose power is working unto you. He's the Lord according to His plan. Everything that he has promised and spoken shall come into manifestation. He is the Lord who shall expand you according to your heart desires. He's the Lord who's saying, do not give up. He's the Lord who's saying, I have placed you into all areas that even in your rejection, They have rejected you. Embrace your rejection. That from your rejection, suddenly that my album is doing well. I am well accepted. I am well known. I am well received. I am well now appreciated. Every station, suddenly they want to play my music. They want to interview me. I don't go for interview and ask the manager to pay somebody so that somebody can ensure that my songs are being played. But because my work is so booming, is always in the social media, they feel that even if they were suppressing me, this radio station has not played. How come they've not played this series? But what we see on the social media, this is a powerful content. We need it. Allow God to can be able to place you forward. Learn to follow God and move forward. Every closed door is God's way for protection. What you do not have now, you do not need. It is important that compared to what is stored for you, wait for what is stored for you. Sometimes allow God to place you in the area of rejection, that you shall be able to work in and increase. Stand in for uNkulunkulu yazi ukuthi you are not ready for the Philistine. Therefore angeke uNkulunkulu akufake into the area that is going to be heavy for you. Makakuthathisa a longer route, uyazi ukuthi you shall conquer, but the shorter route you shall not survive. Therefore when you come out the empire, come on church, who is the empire? Say, God is my empire. Say, God is my empire. God is my empire. He's my helper. He shall be able to help me and take over the baton from me. God will lead you into the land and every area that He has promised to give you. For He is an amazing God. For He is a great God. For His God that has power over your enemies. He's God that has already given unto you the spirit of discernment, but tap to it.